Good morning, my friends. So we are here in this nice, they call it garden, but it's like a forest to me. I'm lucky enough to have the opportunity to spend some time in this beautiful place. The story, the story. Which is the story? A few months ago, out of blue, there's never out of blue, it's always at the time that is supposed to be, I started to see those repeating numbers 222 or double two. Those repeating numbers has always been I always associated with a person, a special person in my heart, and this person have been one of those that have been really important for my spiritual growth. And there was a time that when I saw those repeating numbers, for me was a sign that I was getting closer to her. Because there was a time that I really wanted to meet this girl again, and I wasn't ready. And when that happened, that I met this girl, I wanted something else. It seems like it's the story of most of us humans. We want what we don't have, and we don't want anymore when we have it. This have been my story with this woman, but somehow she managed to make me grow spiritually to a faster speed than any other relationship I had in the past. And funny enough, she have been the shortest, if we can call it, relationship I ever had with someone. But somehow, and that's what I believe, there is a karmic tie between me and her. This comes from, I like to believe, past lives and maybe parallel lives. So, without I go too much in the past, I met her in New Zealand, and since then she became a sort of a spiritual dream that transformed me. It transformed me, and a lot of the things I understood is because this need to be with her, this being with her that is actually never happened. And even if over the years happened to meet again, but now those numbers started to pop everywhere, and for a moment I thought maybe the connection is about my current relationship, because I am in a relationship with someone, and so I kind of like thought that it wasn't any longer to be associated with this other woman that is from Korea, but to be associated with this current woman that I'm, now going through this journey together. But something shifted in the coming weeks when I had a dream where this Korean woman was involved, and I just dismissed it as just a dream. It was really beautiful, and but I dismiss it as just like a dream, you know, a dream of her. I remember that was nice. I woke up quite happy. Passed a week, and again I have a dream, and she's in. Again, the dream was quite nice, but I begin to wonder why I'm dreaming about this woman when I haven't thought about for a long time, haven't been like part of my recurring thoughts as it used to be in the past. So, you know, I just wonder what was all about, and I kind of like start to think that repeating numbers that I associated with her in the past was now actually connected to her, and it seems like to me. But then a day I was away. I was for work in another town, and the first night I have again a dream. This is already like 3 dreams in 3 weeks, or 3 or 4 dreams in 1 month, and the dream was quite vivid, and I still remember it now. Like, instead, the other dreams I do remember vaguely. The last one was really vivid and strong, and maybe it was the one with the most important message, because in the dream I met a dreamer again. I invite her to come in my house where I live right now. Noticing the dream, it was the house where I lived, even if it wasn't really the same as where I'm right now. And I can't take her in my room because in my room there is my current partner. So I tell her that she needs to stay in the other room because the other room is occupied by my partner. And I wake up with this strong memory only about this, that she couldn't be with me because with me there was someone else. And this is the same to another dream I had years before, where again she was involved. That was a period where I used to think about this woman a lot, and I was with someone else, and again in the dream she comes in what was my house, but again I couldn't let her in my life. I couldn't, well, I don't know if I was in my, maybe that's what to represent, that's what maybe it is about, but again she couldn't come in my room because in that room there was the girlfriend I had at the time. So it obviously, there is a pattern, there is something connected with that dream and this dream, and obviously she can be part of my life, obviously, if I already have somewhere else. And somehow even the first time that she came into my life in New Zealand, metaphorically and physically, the room was already occupied by someone else. Now, why we connect always when I'm already with another person? That's probably the lesson, or maybe I need to leave this person to let her in. I don't know. What I know is that after this last dream, I felt that I really needed to drop her a message and see if she was okay, and to explain what was going on, because at that point I really felt that something was going on between me and her, and I needed to let her know. So I sent her a message and I explained everything. I don't know if I said about the numbers, but definitely I told her about the dreams, and they said, look, I don't know what's going on. I really didn't really think about you lately, but I've been having so many dreams with you involved. So I just want to know if you're okay, and if you are fine, and how are you. And what happened is that obviously that dreams had the meaning. That dreams were meant to be for me to call her, to message her, because what did she tell me next? It explained everything, because what happened? She tells me that she will be in London in June, and she will come to Italy. So she will travel from the 3rd to the end of June, with a few days stop in London, then Paris, and then in Italy. And initially, I would have been in London when she was here, and I would be in Italy when she would be there, because already I was planning to go back in Italy on that period. So I really strongly felt that that was meant to us to meet again, for whatever it's the reason. And definitely the dreams, the number was trying to tell me something, because if I did not have it, I would never get in touch, and she would never probably tell me that about these upcoming trips. So what I have to do with those informations, or the possibility to meet her, I don't know. What's the lesson behind? I don't know. All I know is that what I thought would be an inevitable meeting, it seems like now that it might not happen. First, because my mom, she fall off and broke her leg and had the surgery. So that means that the time she's in London, I will be back home in Italy. And once I'm in Italy, I will need to look after my mother. That means that there might not be the chance to meet, because I will be too busy to look after my mother, that she will require custom care. Maybe the lesson is to let go. Maybe the lesson is that. I received some messages lately about letting go of the past. Maybe the message is that let her go. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter, because she needs to go away from your soul. But there is the other thing that makes all our connections more complex to understand. I mean our spiritual connection. Because a few years ago I went to Korea with the intention, with this really strong need to meet her again as a way to say spiritually goodbye. And at the time I ended up to live in a temple with monks and nuns. And at that time I met another girl, again through those amazing illusion that we call life, through those incredible synchronicities and events that seems like not having a connection, but that's actually has it. But meeting this other person, it turns out that gave me a really big lessons, a lesson about a soul, about the soul and not the body, a lesson where I came to terms to understand that all my life I've been chasing bodies, I've been chasing the materialistic aspect of life, aesthetically, and when it came about relationship. And as I grew and I evolved, I came to learn, especially with meeting this other woman in Korea, when I was there to meet this other girl that I always seen as a really beautiful woman. But I came to the strong realization that all my idea of me and about like all like the idea about those feelings I had that in some cases I called love, it was about the body, it was about the appearance. I confuse, as many men does, living in a society that focus and teach us to focus on the external appearance. I focus all of that on her external appearance. And as I slowly now learning to recognize the soul and not the body, it really was so strong, the understanding and the realization that the most important is what is inside and not outside. So for me, that trip in Korea was something like, okay, I understood, and now I can say goodbye, maybe being friends, but that's, I'm releasing the past. That's what I felt, I prayed for, and I thought that all was over, that we never met again, and we never think about her again, until in my last day at the temple, the head monk on return from Tibet, where he was to meet the Dalai Lama and I guess to meditate on retreat. He gives me a red thread, a bracelet. Now, this bracelet, this red bracelet that he told me have been blessed by the Dalai Lama to protect me from, lower energies. In Asia, it has an important spiritual meaning, and it is the one where two souls are connected by this red thread. It's a karmic connection that cannot be broken, cannot be cut, that comes from past lives. It doesn't matter what turn life takes those two people connected by the red thread, eventually they will end up being together. And that's what I felt, that probably what I thought to be the hand, it was maybe not. That's becoming now to those days where it shows that it was true, it wasn't the hand. It might be now, no idea. Obviously everything's connected, everything has a meaning, and what's happening, you know, like being contact with her has a meaning, and we might meet, we might not, but everything have a lessons behind that needs to be learned. I don't know exactly what I need to learn from all of this, but it's already a beautiful adventure. Most important, my mom is getting better, and surgery went well, and I just go with the flow of life and let the life decide what it will happen, how it's gonna happen, and what we need to learn. Have a good day, peace and love.